Hello everyone, welcome back to Resident Pupating Embryos 2. We're Claire, we're with Sherry, and we made it out of the sewers after getting out of the police station, after the chief died, and now everyone in the police station is dead, except for Leon, who presumably is on his way following us. I think I can get rid of the lighter at this point. I think so. I'll take the spark shot. Since I'm almost out of machine gun, I'll put the ink ribbon away. I'll keep the weapon key for right now. And that's probably what I'm gonna go with as we are heading. No, actually. Let me, take the grenade launcher. And let me also maybe take some flame rounds with me. Just, you know, for reasons. I might also want to take a green and red herb. Combine them. Yeah, no reason in particular. Just might want to do that. I'll put the acid rounds away. And maybe equip the grenade launcher for no particular reason. Anyway, let's go. Yep, I got it. Here's the grenade launcher. Alright. Anything we can get? Nothing in there. So, we found out that Sherry's parents created the G-Virus for Umbrella, and then Umbrella attacked William, killed him to take the G-Virus. And then William injected himself with the G-Virus and then killed the Umbrella operatives. And then he became the big monster. Sherry, please. Sherry, I don't mean to get on your case, but you kind of have a time limit going on because Sherry's father caught up to her last time and did something. And now she's got a stomach ache. Well, we're just going to ignore that for the time being and just keep on going. Right now, our path has taken us to the entrance to the Birkins subterranean laboratory where they did their research on the G-Virus. We're in a very elaborate elevator right now. I'll take that C-panel key, sure. And yeah, more flame rounds. Why not? Why not take them? Combine this with this. Alright, Sherry's gonna stay here. We're gonna go out and get this moving. Get this started. Oh no, she's gonna come out after me. That's fine. Let's go to this control panel, which is on the outside of the compartment you ride in for some reason. I'm not really sure about this whole apparatus right here. But we're gonna activate it. Let's do it. Alright. Let's take a ride down and see what Sherry's parents were up to. Go to their workplace. This is take your daughter to work day, except Sherry's parents never took her to work. Claire is substituting for Sherry's mom, and she's taking her to work. Down we go.
Claire, my stomach hurts. Hang in there, Sherry. Her forehead's burning up. I've got to hurry before the embryos pupate.
Well, someone's being rude, making a lot of noise, while Claire is concerned about the pupating embryos. She's unconscious. Let's step outside and give someone a talking to. Well, the elevator seems aware that there's an emergency of some kind, just like last time. The machinery was aware that there was an emergency with the crocodile. But this time, well, the elevator seems to be working. Doesn't seem like anything's going wrong. Well, one thing's going wrong. It's Will. He's caught up with us. I'm going to fire flame rounds at him. I wanted to use these because they seem to be effective against him. They make him flinch, as you can see. Alright. He's staggering. There we go. Depending what ammo and weapons you have on you, this can be more difficult. Like, if you came here and you just had a handgun, it would be more of a problem. But with the right weapons, it's really not an issue. I like how, like, the screen is, like, being torn apart into squares whenever we hear a thump. It's not supposed to happen. But I guess it's some kind of graphical glitch unique to this version. Alright. Let's head on inside and tell Sherry we had to take down her dad. Sherry's not aware that the G-type is her dad yet. Sherry thinks her dad was still wandering around by the police station.
Sherry.
Uh-oh. Bill's gone. But of course, it's not much of a surprise that, he might still be walking around. He is a big mutating monster, after all.
Claire? Oh, you're finally awake. Isn't this... That's okay. You keep it. I'm sure it'll keep you safe.
Thank you, Claire. Even though I'm an only child, neither of my parents ever spent much time with me because of their work. I grew up alone, but now that you're with me, I finally have someone to rely upon.
Sherry. Rest here for a bit. I'll be right back, as soon as I found the antidote for you.
Well, Sherry, I don't know, maybe don't get that attached to the whole idea as Claire as your surrogate mother thing. I mean, you've only known her for like an hour. It's maybe a little too early to be making this kind of attachment. But we do have a slight change of wardrobe. Claire has removed the vest, given it to Sherry to keep her warm. I'll probably get rid of these for right now, since I'm carrying both the machine gun and the spark shot. Yeah, I'll probably just get rid of all of this for right now. I'm just thinking to myself, do I need anything else? Is there anything else here that I'm going to need to come back for at the lighter? Actually, yeah, there is something I need to use the lighter for. Do I need to use the valve handle for anything? I don't remember that I do, so I'm not going to take that one. But yeah, just remember there is something I can use that lighter for. It's not essential, but we can. Oh, over here. Got an elevator shaft, but it hasn't been used for a long time. So I can't do anything with that. And over here we have the elevator that goes back up, but we can't go back up. We have no reason to. We're in the safest place possible. The laboratory where the G-Virus was created. The main fuse is gone, so there's no power. Alright, first thing we need to do, of course, is restore the power. Fancy sliding doors in this place. Can't go in there. Can't go in there. There's only one place we can go. Got this frozen fancy door. Don't need to take the first aid spray. Haven't been using them anyway. Let's take the fuse case. Because what we need is a fuse. A case for industrial fuses. It's been designed for superconductor fuses. It's only the case. It's not the entirety of the fuse. A computer for organizing data files. And technically, that's what all computers are for. Everything breaks down into data files. Control box for super low temperature experiments. We could put the fuse here if we had a fuse case. Fortunately, there was a fuse case lying right over there. Let's put it in. Great, we got the main fuse. It was just that easy. All right, let's get that in. There we go. Now all the power's back. Alright, time to explore the lab. I'm not sure what it is that Claire expects to find here. She says that she's looking for an antidote, but where would you even start? How would you even know what you're looking at in here? I think this door is locked. This door we can go inside. Well, we hear some squelching. And we can see some squelching over here. You can see that there's a guy over here, a researcher's corpse. He died pouring oil all over the place. Well, why would he have been pouring oil on those vines? Probably only one reason, and that's to burn them. Well, we could investigate that, but let's look around the room a bit more. Temporary user registration. So we can log in with the name guest, but it's only valid for 24 hours. Fortunately, we're probably not going to be around here for that long. I'm not really using the bowgun, so probably don't need to take that. Look at these bunks. It's a researcher's bed. I guess, maybe it wasn't only Will and Annette that were down here. Yeah, I mean, obviously. We see a researcher right here. We don't really know who it was that was working for the Birkins, but it does seem like there were some people. Maybe they were, I don't know if they were killed by monsters or killed by Umbrella. Could be either. What's the lab security manual have to say? Security measures in case of an emergency. In the instance of an uncontainable biohazardous breakout, that could never happen. All security measures will be directed toward the underground transport facility. In the instance that any abnormalities are detected among cargo in transit, all materials will automatically be transported from the loading zone to the designated high-speed train, at which point all materials will be isolated and disposed of immediately. In the instance of a Class 1 emergency, the entire train will be purged and disposed of without delay. Okay, so if there are any abnormalities, put everything on the train and destroy the train. Got it. In the instance that the lab itself becomes contaminated, that could never happen. The northernmost route currently used to transport materials to and from the facility will be designated as the emergency escape route. This route will secure passage to the relay point outside the city limits. Disclosure about any information regarding research conducted here or the existence of the facility is strictly prohibited. Okay, so now we have an exit point. There is an emergency escape route somewhere, and it will take us to outside the city limits, which is exactly where we want to be. We want to be outside the city. Since it is top priority to keep all research classified, escape access may be denied under certain extenuating circumstances. That's rough. That has to be a high-paying job. You're being told outright, it might be the case we have to deny escape access in an emergency. You might just have to stay here. I'm sorry. But I guess you know what you're getting into if you're working for Umbrella. The console says anti-BOW gas sprinkler. So, I forget how this works. Is it... If I remember this right, does it weaken the BOWs now, but then when I play the B scenario, they're stronger? Is that how it worked? Because I'm kind of remembering that's how it worked. I can't remember if I'm right about that. What I do want to do, however, is check out what's in here. I think there's something that tells us about the gas. Before we turn it on, we might want to read it. We can hear some familiar sounds. All right, let's check out what they were guarding. Nah. Interior has been destroyed by the plant. Yeah, we can see the plant all around here. And it's not originating from here, but we see some of its tendrils coming out of there. And of course, we'll take the G rounds. Could always use some more G rounds. I don't know if I actually need to use G rounds, considering all the ammo I already have. Yeah, nothing else in here, I don't think. We have some different colored liquors. I don't remember if these liquors are stronger, but they're not red, they're like gray. Different color than what we've been seeing. Alright. So we could activate that anti-BOW gas, but I'm pretty sure there is a documentation somewhere around here that says what it does. Maybe I should find that first. Let's push it. Oh dear, and we have some new friends. We have plant monsters. I'm going to get away from them. They spit acid. They also move extremely slowly. There we go. They're dead. Couldn't actually see what they were doing, but they were waving their tendrils about, moving slowly towards me, and they would have spit acid. You didn't actually need to see any of it, but they would have. There we go. Oh, out of ammo. This one's done. Let's get the spark shot. Alright, so we have this massive plant that seems to be growing from the depths. It also has vaginas on it. I mean, let's just state it outright. That's clearly what this is. I don't know why. Look, I did not design the plant, but that's clearly what it has. You can see it better here. Claire's not mentioning it, but we can all see it. Yeah, there we go. This is not so great against the liquors. Caution. How far does this weapon go? Hello? That could have gone better. At least I'm only in caution. Turns out this is not the best weapon for the liquors. It did the job, but not without taking damage. The machine gun was better, and using the grenade launcher is even better than that. Fortunately, we got some of these herbs. There we go. All better. The disc slot, it says, insert a verification MO disc to open the gate. One thing I like about the early Resident Evil games was the existence of magnetic optical discs, the storage format of the future. It was very cutting edge to make reference to magnetic optical discs. It's kind of funny now because, you know, hey, it's not like we use those now. But at the time, you know, It was really on the cutting edge. You didn't actually need a magnetic optical disc just to hold like a passcode or something. A floppy disk would do fine, but an MO disk is more futuristic. Wall of monitors. What are they monitoring? Well, we got a map. We can take it. There we go. And there it is. I can get rid of the machine gun now. Think I can finally get rid of the lighter as well. I don't think I'm gonna need it. So I can probably load myself up with the grenade launcher and ammo. Yeah, I think that's probably gonna be fine. Alright, now we're heading into the main lab. Well, I don't think I can go in here yet, but we got all, like, these eggs growing on the walls. Yeah, this is locked. Just a little bit of a different environment than the rest of the lab. Alright. P4 laboratory. Let's head inside. Right, so this would be where William was attacked in that cutscene that we saw, but by the Umbrella soldiers. Also, this is the locker that needs the WB key, the weapon box key. There's just some grenade rounds in here, not a big deal. But I'll take them. Leon gets something better than that, I believe. Oh, hello. Right, so... Right, so this is the room that William Birkin was in when he was attacked. Various chemicals. What kind of experiments have been performed here? What has science done? Well, we have seen what science has done. This game has been all about what science has been up to. I don't know if I can look at anything here. Alright, so one thing that's getting our attention is this over here. Let's take that lab card key. Card key for lab access. We can unlock the doors now. But there is one other thing that we really do need to pay attention to before we leave, and that is, if we go over here, the camera cuts to this machine. It's a vaccine synthesis machine. The lid is open. The base vaccine must go inside. We don't have a base vaccine, but we know Claire is looking for a vaccine for Sherry. So, maybe that's something we should pay attention to. Let's just remember that that machine is here. It's kind of easy to miss. Wait. Oh yeah, there's a... I saw, like, when I was in here, I saw, like, the first aid spray just kind of floating there. I was like, what? What's going on with that? Oh, it's on a table outside. I see. I see.
Annette!
You killed William. I'll never forgive you for that.
Wait!
I've just prepared a sample of the G-virus. And this time, no one will take it from me. This is the most significant piece of research my husband has ever left in my hands.
Stop it! Sherry's in serious trouble. William implanted her with his embryos. There's no telling when they'll pupate. And if that happens, then Sherry won't...
What? William... William, you're alive.
Well, alive is debatable. You need to define what you mean by that, I think, Annette. There he goes.
William is still alive. He's getting stronger with each skin he casts off. Sherry!
Tell me what I need to know. How can I save Sherry?
I have detailed information. Everything you need to know to prepare the antidote is right here.
All right, instructions for the synthesis of the G-virus antigen G-vaccine, codenamed Devil. It's hardcore. Any beings infected by the G-virus will reproduce through the impregnation of an embryo within another living being. Unless rejected by the host, the embryo will undertake a process of gradual cellular invasion, infecting the host cells on a molecular level as it rewrites their DNA. Once the metamorphosis is complete, the host will be capable of continuing the cycle of self-replication. The duration of time for the process to run its course will vary from subject to subject. In the early stages of cellular invasion, it is possible to halt progression of the metamorphosis through the administration of the G vaccine antigen. The following procedure details its synthesis. Okay, so I guess we've seen someone reject the embryo, and that was Chief Irons. He was impregnated, and we saw what happened to him. He just kind of exploded, was torn apart from the inside by the embryo. But if someone is compatible, I guess that means they're going to turn into a G-type themselves, like William. The vaccine creation requires the base vaccine. This can be arranged by the activator VAM. First set the empty cartridge to the VAM and activate it. After several moments, the process will be complete, and the white-colored base vaccine will be set in the cartridge automatically. Then confirm the green light is on, remove the cartridge, and proceed to the next step. Once the base vaccine has been prepared, set it in the vaccine synthesis machine located in the P4 level experiment room. The machine is fully automated and only requires the user to push the sequence start switch. At this point, the program will run automatically, and synthesis will be complete within approximately 10 seconds. As the synthesis of Devil is an extremely delicate process, the quality will vary with slight shocks or changes in temperature. Careful handling is required for the proper results. Well, we want the proper results. So, the vaccine synthesis machine in the P4 level experiment room is the machine that we just saw. But we don't have the base vaccine. We need to get it by setting the empty cartridge to the activator VAM and then fill it with the base vaccine. We have not seen the VAM yet, so we need to find it.
Save my daughter. And tell her I'm sorry I wasn't a better mother. Tell her I love her. Sherry.
Annette!
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Alright, that's how we know it's a Resident Evil game. It's time to blow the place up. So Annette died. The G-virus sample she had is broken, and she said, tell Sherry she's sorry she wasn't a better mother. And you know, that's probably the only part of it we will tell Sherry about. We might want to leave the whole part about how the big monster was her father. Maybe leave that part out. What we are going to do, however, right now, is we're going to get out an ink ribbon, and we're gonna save. No, not that. This. Because the intense music has started, the announcement has been made, the self-destruct sequence has been initiated. We don't have a time limit yet. And that's a good thing, because we can't leave yet. We have things to do. And one of those things is to find the vaccine to give to Sherry. If we escape without that, well, I mean, Sherry's it's not going to last too long anyway, so of course we're going to have to find this. We have to get to the VAM, put the cartridge in, get the base vaccine, then come back down here to this lab and use the vaccine with the other machine, which will create Devil. Then we administer Devil to Sherry, and then she'll be okay, is how this is going to work. So that's what we're going to be doing next time on Resident Evil 2, which is almost certain to be the end of Claire A. I'll see you then for that.